Today on NewsCenter, find out about budget cuts at Morehead State University, discover where a new residence hall is going on campus, and learn about the upcoming career fair. All this and more now on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Chad Hedrick.
And I'm Alexis Matthews. This is your news for February 26th, 2015.
Many students and staff members alike are wondering about the future of several programs of study at Morehead State. NewsCenter caught up with the provost to find out more about the recently released plan to reduce the university spending by $1.5 million.
10 years, right? So we have some majors that are doing better than others. Some majors we probably should offer that we're not, and so we have to be able to offer you degrees that you think are good academically and that lead someplace. And so it's good practice to review your product. So imagine you're in the business and you had some of your product line that was selling and some of your product line that isn't selling. You try to determine what's happening with that product line that's not selling. Can you improve it? Do you need to get think of our education as our product, and you're our customers, right? And we owe that to you. Well, as the state approach has declined, and we can't raise your tuition so high because you can't afford it, and you can't come, and you go in debt to get here, right? In the fall, we talked with faculty. We met with them at least twice and said, what do you think? Here's what we're thinking about doing. We got their input, adjusted the process based on their input, and then we did what we all agreed we would do. We put it out in February. There's a web portal. That's where people downloaded this. That web portal is completely transparent. Anybody can go on and read anything. Whatever you upload, everybody sees. We're having 2 forums next week for people to come and just ask questions. And so it's completely open, completely transparent, faculty and staff. And now students have their own to be able to do it. And like I said, we met with SJ. And graduate students have an input. So undergraduate and graduate students all see this and all have a chance to weigh in. It's painful because people see this, our first thinking, and go, oh my God, you can't do this. And of course that's happening. And they get a chance to tell me I'm nuts. There's the first phase of it is writing. So this next week, next Friday, all the responses in writing, this is from faculty, are due. They get.
In 2016, NewsCenter has more.
10 years ago, we employed a national firm, Brailsford and Dunleavy, to do a study of all the housing on campus, and they helped us develop a 10-year housing master plan. And we interviewed over 1,000 students and parents, some current students, some prospective students and parents, and we said, what is it you want in residence halls? So that was really the beginning of it. We've renovated 6 halls completely. We started with none, then Alumni Tower. We just finished the Manon Complex. And so the third part of this plan was to build new beds on the campus, because we've torn down a lot of the old buildings, right? Waterfield came down, Regents Hall was taken down, etc. So we've removed some beds that were no longer useful, kind of outdated, couldn't be renovated. So this has been part of that housing master plan. We're going to build a new building, and it's going to contain 550 beds in suite style arrangements, which is what students told us they wanted. So it's going to be a fabulous addition to the housing stock on campus. And when it's all said and done, we're going to wind up with about the same number of beds we started with 10 years ago. It's just that they'll all be modern, up-to-date, refreshed beds. In addition to the 550 we're building right there around Alumni, we're also building 50 beds at the University Farm in 2 buildings out there, because we have a number of students that live on the farm, that are part of the ag program or the vet tech program and work out there. So that's part of this project as well. We're going to displace all the parking around Alumni Tower. There's about 400 beds there that are going to go away once we start construction. So our goal is we're going to build a new parking garage. It's going to have 400 beds in it on the site where Waterfield Hall is. And we're also going to build, as part of that building, a new food service facility. So we'll have a fabulous food service venue for our students. We'll no longer serve food in the basement of Alumni Tower. It'll move to this new location. The timing of these things is such that we should complete the parking garage first, so that some students will be able to, that are displaced, park there. but winters interrupted some of that. So we're going to do our best. We'll probably add some shuttles on campus because student parking, some of that will be pushed across the bypass in that lot. So we'll probably need to do more shuttling so that students can get to and from their classes and residence halls more easily. Well, it should start this spring for sure. The bid documents have been completed. My understanding is they're down in Frankfurt as we speak, being reviewed by the Finance Cabinet. I expect that the project will go out to bid in the month of March, which means that they'll probably mobilize for construction. Early April would be my guess. And the goal is to have those beds ready for the fall of 2016. So they're going to have to move along pretty well. It's probably going to be an 18-month construction period, so they're going to have to get started here pretty soon.
Join us after the break for a look at weather with Mary Dameron and NewsCenter Notices with Brianna Miller.
MSU is learning.
School spirit.
Teamwork!
MSU is Greek.
MSU is diverse!
Historical.
Beautiful.
MSU is educational.
Fitness.
It's hands-on.
MSU is the sound. MSU is art.
MSU is potential.
MSU is much more.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-diada, 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 boom-diada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-diada, boom-diada.
Boom-diada, boom-diada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-diada, 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 boom-diada.
Welcome back to News Center. I'm Mary Dameron. Currently on campus, we're having a chilly evening, but clear though, at only 28 degrees, and if you're walking around, the wind chill's hitting you at only 20 degrees. So very chilly evening for us tonight. Record temperatures back in 1944, the high was 71 degrees. That'd be nice to have tonight. But the low was only 1 degree in 1967. Now, normally around this time of year, the record high is around 48 degrees and the low is 30. So we're just under that for the end of February. Currently across the Bluegrass, temperatures in Ashland are at 34. Very cold at only 24 degrees in Covington, 28 here in Moorhead, 32 in Lexington and Mount Sterling, 34 in Richmond, 32 in London, and 38 in Jackson. For your current radar, we don't see a whole lot going on, maybe a little bit of precipitation trying to work its way on through. And looking into the overnight hours, that could be turning into some potential snow flurries through the overnight hour early into tomorrow morning. For your 24-hour planner, like I said, maybe a chance of snow flurries, around 30% chance by tonight. And tomorrow afternoon, things aren't warming up, only 17 degrees, partly sunny, and the high is only going to reach 22. So now let's take it over to the news desk with Chad for a look at News Center Notices.
Mary, thanks. Joining me today for News Center Notices is Brianna Miller. Brianna, you're with the Delta Zetas, and you've got an event coming up for your philanthropy, correct?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what the Great Pretenders is.
Great Pretenders is a lip syncing competition that we host we invite all campus organizations to participate and compete for different awards. We host it for one of our national philanthropies, and we just invite all of campus to come out to Button Auditorium and support that.
So who benefits from the Great Pretenders event?
The Painted Turtle Camp actually benefits from Great Pretenders. It's one of our national philanthropies.
Okay, and what is that group? Does it deal with small children, or?
The Painted Turtle Camp is a camp out in California for children with chronic illnesses. They can be suffering from anything from severe asthma, or maybe they're waiting for a kidney transplant. And so they get to go to camp for all expenses paid and get all the medical treatment they need while there.
Well, that's a really cool group. And how long has the Delta Zetas been connected with this group?
Delta Zeta's been partnered with the Painted Turtle since 2006, and this year we actually made a pledge to raise $500,000 for the Painted Turtle.
And is that all money you hope to raise throughout the semester, or from the Great Pretenders?
Our chapter will contribute some to that, but as a national organization
Okay.
across the United States, we will raise that money.
Okay, and so this event, how do groups on campus contact you all to become involved?
We actually have a mailing list for all the organizations, so we send out personal invitations, and then they come to our informational meeting and sign up for that.
So when is the event?
The event is next Tuesday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. in Button Auditorium.
Okay, so is there a charge or for admission?
Yes, we will be selling tickets in ADUC from Friday from 10 to 2 and Monday and Tuesday from 10 to 2. It'll be $4 then and then $5 at the door.
Okay, and then I'm sure donations are accepted
Absolutely.
as well? Okay, well, go out Tuesday night and benefit this great group for kids. That just sounds great for kids to go to camp with chronic disease. I love it. When we come back, Brandon Dixon's going to have a look at Eagle Athletics, and Mary Dameron's going to have an extended look at that forecast, and I think there's some warmer temperatures in it. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. If you're just now tuning in, we've had a crazy week last week. We broke some school records with us being out for an entire 5 days. That was pretty nice, but I'm looking forward to some warmer weather, and hopefully it's coming for us soon. Now, today on campus, we're having a kind of chilly evening at only 28 degrees for our high, but with a wind chill, it's 20, so very chilly. For your 24-hour planner, maybe by tonight we could see some potential chance of snow trying to work its way on through for the overnight hours, so be on the lookout for that. You might be waking up to some snow on your front porch. Tomorrow afternoon, things aren't warming up very much, only 17 degrees by 12 o'clock, and 22 is going to be the high tomorrow, so make sure you're bundled up for Friday classes. Current temperatures across Kentucky, it's 24 in Covington, 34 in Ashland, 28 in Moorhead, 32 in Mount Sterling and Lexington, 34 in Richmond, 38 in Prestonsburg and Jackson, 39 in London, and 36 in Somerset. Currently on your radar, we don't see a whole lot going on. Like I said, a little bit of precipitation, some rain that might be trying to work its way on into some snow later on as it starts to cool off this evening. For your United States map, up north we do see a little bit of rain. It could be working its way on through here, so just be on the lookout for that. Tonight, possible snow flurries, about a 30% chance, so things aren't going to be warming up a whole lot. It is going to be a low of 10 degrees, so make sure you leave your taps running or dripping a little bit so your faucets don't freeze overnight. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of only 24 degrees, so a very chilly Friday for you there, only partly cloudy for tomorrow. Now taking a look for your 7-day forecast, this weekend things aren't going to be warming up too much. Tomorrow, high of 24 degrees and partly cloudy. But by Sunday, things are warming up to 46 degrees, which is a major change of what we've been seeing with the low digits, low teens. So that should be pretty nice. But make sure you bring your umbrella because it might see some few rain showers coming through. And by Tuesday, we're seeing a high of 60 degrees. Wow.
Loving that.
It's warming up quite a bit. And that should be about it for the rest of the week. Now let's take it over to sports with Brandon.
Your home for the Morehead State Eagles, this is NewsCenter Sports.
The Morehead State's men's baseball team is off to a tremendous start to the 2015 season. Head coach Mike McGuire said before the season began that he thinks his ball club is capable of a 40-win season. Stars are aligning for the Eagles as the bats are connecting and the players are finally starting to get healthy, namely MSU ace Aaron Go. NewsCenter's own Jared Wesley had the opportunity to sit down with MSU closer Craig Piercy to talk about the Eagles' ambitions for the season. Piercy says he and his teammates are confident, especially after beating the 34th-ranked San Diego 3 times to kick off the year.
We knew going in that we would be able to compete at that level, and I think the biggest question was just how our pitching staff would hold up at the beginning of the season, and I think we answered any questions there. And so obviously we weren't surprised at all by the outcome, winning 3 out of 4. Our goal is to go in there and win all 4 of them, but anytime you can win 3 out of 4 against a ranked opponent, that's a great success. So we weren't surprised at all being able to go in there and compete like we did.
An OVC championship is the ultimate goal for this team, and Piercy says he thinks they have what it takes to make it even further.
Oh, absolutely. That's been the goal since we stepped foot on campus in August. Coach Mack has big goals for us as far as he wants to be in the discussion to get an at-large bid at the end of the year, and so that's what he told us going into the San Diego series is one way to do that is to beat quality opponents on the road, and so taking 3 of 4 from San Diego certainly opened some eyes and opened some ears from that selection committee. But obviously the goal is to win the OVC tournament, but as Coach Mack says, if we can go into the tournament looking at an at-large bid, and then if you get to the point where you don't have to win that conference tournament, that's always a huge help.
The Eagles are currently 5-2 on the season. Morehead State's women's basketball tipped off against Tennessee Tech Monday night in Johnson Arena. Senior guard Almisha Jones led all scorers with 29 points while adding 11 assists and 3 steals. This is Jones' 8th game this season with 10 or more assists. The Eagles improved their record to overall 12-15, 8-6 in conference play, beating Tennessee Tech 90-82. With the Eagles' win, clinched their spot in the conference tournament in Tennessee. The Eagles are able to shoot an outstanding 55% from the field and 36% from long range. Saturday will be the Eagles' final home game and also senior day against Jacksonville State at 3 p.m. And now it's time for NewsCenter's famous sports trivia. This week, which player scored the most points last time MSU played Tennessee Tech? A. Angelo Warner. B. Corbin Collins. C. Brent Arrington. Or D. Karam Mashur. What do you think, guys?
I'm going to go with Angelo.
I think it's Angelo too, but I don't know for sure.
I'm sorry, guys. The answer is C. Brent Arrington.
You finally beat me.
Scored over 20 points in that game. Also tonight at 9 p.m., the MSU Eagles take on Tennessee Tech at Johnson Arena. We'll be right back
CBS
after this.
And print. Oh, yeah.
Eastern Kentucky was hit hard by snow, wind, and bitter cold temperatures last week that led many school systems in Kentucky, including Morehead State, to close for the entire week. Snowpocalypse, Snowmageddon, the storm of the season. These were just some of the phrases used to describe the epic winter storm that hit Morehead and pummeled the entire state of Kentucky, causing schools and many businesses, such as Wendy's, to close down during the week of February 16th. The first round of winter weather hit early Monday morning, dumping a good 7 to 8 inches of the white stuff on Flemingsburg Road. This massive system covered the entire state in white for many hours, as seen here on WKYT's First Alert Defender radar, and led the National Weather Service to issue winter storm warnings for the entire state. On Tuesday, road conditions weren't any better and caused snow day number 2 for the week. Late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning brought another 2 to 4 inches into town and caused cabin fever to really sink in. Record cold temperatures in the low single digits and below zero in some spots forecasted for Thursday and Friday led campus officials to go ahead and cancel class for the week late Wednesday afternoon. But Mother Nature wasn't done with us yet and slammed the state with snow, ice, and rain late Friday night into Saturday morning, making last week a time that will forever be frozen in our memory. But as we approach March, there are warmer temperatures in the forecast, and believe it or not, there's sunshine on the horizon. Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Chad Hedrick. Now, the snowstorm did cause police in Harlan City, Kentucky to literally issue an arrest warrant for Queen Elsa of Arendelle, warning that she was dangerous and to not apprehend her alone. There she is. NewsCenter reached out to Elsa for comment, to which she responded, "Let it go." But on a serious note, the storm and cold has caused flooding and waterline issues all across the state. But those high water areas are subsiding, and the number of leaks are decreasing in number tonight.
Morehead State University hosts a career fair for students every fall and spring semester. NewsCenter reporter Andrew McCann caught up with career counselor Megan Boone to find out how students can become prepared for the career fair, as well as what to expect through the program Career Fair 101.
The Career Fair 101 is designed to teach students how to make the most of the career fair. So students attending the workshop will get a chance to practice introducing themselves, to look over the list of organizations that are going to be there, do a little bit of research. So we've tried to make it a hands-on workshop. I think it makes all the difference in the world. It's preparing for the career fair, and if someone can't come to the workshop, we have information on our website that details how to prepare for the career fair. But one of the most common words that I hear used to describe the career fair, if someone hasn't been purposeful and prepared, is chaotic and overwhelming. Because if you don't know what to expect, just imagine walking into a room with 80 organizations, 80 employers, 80 graduate programs, and trying to figure out what to do. I think it's really intimidating. But if you have a few things that you've practiced as far as being able to introduce yourself, if you know who you're looking for in the room, it really makes it a much smoother process. The career fair is an opportunity for students, alumni, it's even open to community members to connect with organizations. So like I said, it's not only employers, it's graduate programs. We've got close to 90 registered. They're set up in a room, they've got a table in front of them with lots of information, they've got backdrops and displays. It's really a chance for students to gather information, to market themselves in person, because I think it can be hard to represent yourself on a resume. So this is a chance to meet with someone face to face. And I usually tell freshmen and sophomores, go to the career fair, explore. Talk to one of the graduate programs if you think you're wanting to go to medical school, and kind of say, what advice would you have for me? What would you recommend if you were in my shoes? And then, of course, for the juniors and seniors, they need to be looking for the full-time jobs, and hopefully they've secured some internships, but there's a lot of internship and co-op opportunities there too.
The Career Fair 101 workshop is also offered in both spring and fall semesters before the career fair takes place. The upcoming career fair will be Tuesday, March 3rd, located on the 3rd floor of ADUC, and will last from 10 to 1. The fall career fair will be September 29th, also 10 to 1 at ADUC. Over 80 organizations are expected to be present next Tuesday.
The National Pan-Hellenic Council is hosting a week-long events to bring awareness to the MSU Council. NewsCenter reporter Courtney Howe has more.
This week is MPHC week, and what that is it's basically just programming throughout the week for MPHC, and we're just trying to bring awareness to our council, which is kind of like Pan-Hellenic and IFC, but it's for the Divine Nine sororities and fraternities on campus. And so the first event of the week was church, and the second one is today, Let's Chill with MPHC, and it's just like a kickback, informal, come meet the members of the Divine Nine sororities and fraternities on campus. So we're just gonna have chili tonight, and then we're gonna do some icebreakers and just have fun. And then tomorrow we're participating in a panel discussion on what it's like to be Black at a predominantly white institution, and we're also gonna be reading in the Library Commons from 9 to 4. So throughout the day you'll see some of us reading books and short stories and poems from African American authors. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have popping tags in the ADUC lobby, and we're going to be selling clothes from Christian Social Services. And all the clothes that we sell, the money will be donated back to Christian Social Services. And then on Thursday is our last event of MPHC week, and we're going to have Mr. Rashid Ali Cromwell come in and speak. And he's going to be talking about what it's like to be a member of the Divine Nine sororities or fraternities. He's going to be basically dispelling myths about the fact that we don't just step, stroll, and hop as far as Divine Nine sororities and fraternities go. And so, yeah, that'll be our keynote speaker for the week, and we're hoping that'll be the biggest turnout.
In honor of Black History Month, Morehead State held its annual African American Read-In Tuesday from 9 to 4:30 in the library. NewsCenter spoke with Dean of Library Services, Dr. David Gregory, to learn more about the event.
We are hosting an African American Read-In Day, which we host every year during this time, during Black History Month, and we invite special guests to come and read for us, to provide some commentary on the readings that they do, to give some background. We have special guests like Crystal Wilkinson, who's part of the Appalachian group that comes and reads every year, and Crystal Wilkinson normally reads from her own works and other works, and other people will read Maya Angelou, Frederick Douglass from the 19th century. Last year I read from the autobiography of a very famous lady, Marian Anderson, who was the first African American opera singer allowed to sing at the Met. There's a wide variety of literature, children's literature and youth literature, young adult literature and adult literature, all of which are appropriate. And we have a display downstairs. People can choose from that literature to read, or they can bring their own materials to read as well. We invite everyone to come. It's a great event. We celebrate the heritage of African Americans, and we celebrate the wonderful contributions that African Americans have given in terms of literature and history and all areas of the sciences. And we'd love to have people be here to hear and to read and to partake in this very special event for us.
Okay. On behalf of all of us at NewsCenter, I'm Chad Hedrick. That's Alexis Matthews. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night.